I'm Rashawn. I am Taj's oldest sister. We have about an 8-year or so age gap. I love Taj so much. Wouldn't trade the boy at all for anyone. That's like my little teddy bear. He and I have always been very, very close. It could be because we were very close growing up. I had to take care of him whenever my mom wasn't able to do it, because she was pretty much a single mother for a very long time. So I pretty much came in almost as if the second parent. So I grew up pretty early. So the pros, I would say with that, he has a lot of pros. It allowed me to learn patience and accepting those that do have a disability. And he has this weird thing where he would always know when I was upset. For him to, a lot of people might not think that those who have a disability have a capability of being able to pick up on someone else's emotions or whatever else, but he always knew. There's so many times that I would be hurt or maybe crying, and he would do what I used to do when he was a kid. When he was a kid, I would hold him and, sing a song for him. And almost as if he didn't really know what else to do, he would sing his ABCs to me and hold my neck, because he has a thing with holding necks. And he would sing to me to try to calm me down too. It's just he would always know what to do to calm me down as his older sister. He's very fluent when it comes to picking up on music or shows, different sayings that they might say. So those are the pros. He's very, very intelligent despite him having the lack of being able to be verbal. You can understand him for the most part. Sometimes, we still have to ask him a few times what it is he's saying. But other than that, he picks up on what he needs to say very, very well. I will say the cons, of course, it did force me to have to grow up a little bit quicker, but I will say that the potty training age was not the funnest. And that was a horror story, if he got poop everywhere, or I had to go search the house for where he might have made a mess at. Obviously, when he makes a mistake, it's very hard to come at him in a certain way, because obviously he doesn't really understand what it is he's doing. So it gives you a sense of patience with him. Also, another con, of course, is being that he isn't verbal. He's not always able to communicate what it is he's feeling, or of course, if there's anything going on in school, or maybe other kids who don't understand what's going on with him, take advantage of that. He can't really acknowledge that it's happening, or better yet, communicate that it's happening. So, sometimes that put me in a very big protective mode, more than, my other siblings, just because I understood that he can't really communicate things for himself or stand up for himself. So, if it wasn't that, then of course, at one point he used to have a habit of just running, taking off in the middle of the street. So we would have to, leave the house, make sure we had his hand before we went anywhere. So I think overall, again, there are pros and cons for sure, but he's an angel. He is the sweetest person. Every time I do get to see him, his face lights up and he makes my entire day. So it's not very hard to deal with anybody, whether that be a friend or a family member that has a disability. It just, again, takes a level of patience, which, again, allows you to be patient in a lot of things later on in life, just because now you have an understanding of those who, need a little extra push, or a little bit extra help, or a little bit extra understanding. So again, yep, I am, Rashawn. I am his oldest sister. So glad that you guys tuned in to watch this.
Based on what it was like having a special needs as a brother. Say hi. Hi. Yeah. So some of the challenges I do remember having was having to keep watch over him 24/7. He used to be a runner. We would have to put the couch in front of the door because every chance that he got, if it wasn't locked, if it wasn't blocked, he would run and go off on his own little adventures. And I remember taking full speed like after him because he was fast. I'm not even gonna hold you, he was fast. And I remember going after him like full speed, or when my friends would come over, cousins, we had to explain to them why we couldn't use the front door because it was blocked by the couch. So he doesn't do that anymore, which is great, because I'm not as fast as I used to be. Like I'm older, so upon that, I'm sorry, when he would see us cook, he would try to also cook as well. Putting things in the microwave for like 30 minutes, like we all know that's not how much you're supposed to put it on. And I do remember one time when he did kind of succeed, but I stopped him like midway, but there was still smoke in the house. So he also doesn't do that anymore, which is also great. So yeah, my anxiety was constantly on high with him, having to keep an eye on him like 100% of the time. And of course, like one of the main issues would probably be like medical. I remember crying when mom told me that she had to take him to the hospital. His eyes were yellow. I remember seeing it. It's like a kidney or a liver problem. I don't remember, but having to constantly be scared for his well-being is like nerve-wracking. Like I don't want anything to happen to him. Like I love him to death. He still has that scar on his chest from his heart surgery. I remember that to a tiny extent, but it's a constant reminder, you know? So yeah, medical definitely, and communication, you know, which kind of goes in with medical because since he can't really talk like how we can, like he can form certain sentences, but not all the time. He can't really tell us if there is something internally wrong with him. Like he can't really communicate that. So, you know, me being big sister, you know, if something's wrong with him, you know, I'm protective. So I would like to know what's going on, but we can't really be told by him specifically in a way that we will understand if he's hurting from the inside, or, you know, if something happened at school, he can't really tell us, you know, it's their words, not his, you know, and not to be that person, but some people can make up stuff. So if we can't hear it from him, then it's kind of just like, you know, which I don't like. So it's frustrating not being able to communicate with him in a way that I would like to. I even like considered wanting to learn sign language, and I think that kind of rolls over to, you know, some of the positives. You know, seeing him do sign language, you know, I was jealous. You know, I would learn certain sign languages from him. So I mean, that was really cool. So as far as that, seeing him develop into who he is now, you know, the little man that he is now. He has his little attitude, which he gets from our mother. She's going to deny it, but he gets it from her. So don't listen to her. He is the funniest person in the house. He cracks me up, I swear to God. But yeah, like having to have that open-mind that, you know, not everybody is the same way. And just because they're different doesn't make them any less human, you know. He still has his own emotions, like I told you, his love for music, you know, like his attitude, you know, he's still a person. So yeah, me and him definitely have our love and hate relationship. You know, I hope he doesn't really hate me, but he calls me Bubba's, which is actually his nickname, but for some reason he decided he wanted to call me Bubba's as well. So it's Bubba's and Bubba's in the house. Like I said, he does what he wants to do, so he's not going to quit anytime soon, and eventually I had to understand that I wasn't going to get him to quit. So, but as far as that, that's what it was basically like for me. I could talk forever, but I'm not going to do that. But yep, love him. He's not going to say it. He's being really shy right now. So
hello, my name is Sai. I guess it's time for my part of the interview montage to talk about how it was like raising my brother. So like, first off, I'm gonna get into it. Like, it wasn't difficult raising him. It was like, it felt like, you know, I'm the youngest out of my 3 siblings. I'm the youngest, but it felt like I was never the youngest when he was around, because I always had to take care of him ever since I was like little. Now, like take care of him to full extent. But like when I make food for myself, make food for him, make sure he get his plate first before I get my plate. Sometimes I have to shower him, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Check up on him. All that. It always feel like I had to raise a younger sibling, even though I was technically I'm the youngest. It always felt like that, but it never like discouraged the fact like I didn't have a brother. It always felt like I had a brother. Like that's my man. That's my, you know what I'm saying? That's my blood brother. So like it always felt like we used to play around and stuff. It ain't like he didn't completely understand what he was doing. Like we could still like talk. We could still say words. Like we could still talk. He asked what he wanted. I'd be like, oh, all right, I get that. We could still like play, fight, like tussle around, wrestle, all that. We still did all that. When we was kids, we had toys. We played with our toys. We grew up. He'd be downstairs in the basement watching TV. I'd be upstairs in my room watching TV. Sometimes I'd go downstairs, watch TV with him because he'd be watching his cartoons and stuff. But it ain't never like me and him we ain't never had a problem. But I still seen him as like my brother, not somebody I had to like take care of. Like it never seemed like that. It always seemed like oh, this is just how he is, but we just rockin' with it. Everybody love him. I love him. So sometimes he be getting on my nerves, I ain't gonna lie. Like with the he always would come upstairs when food coming up, when food get made, or he always want some type of snack or somebody snack or something. But that's still my bro. That's still my dog, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trying to think of something else I could think of. Yeah, we always, every time we went somewhere, I'd just be me and him, because my sisters is older. My sister's older than me. But one is older than me by like 10 years, and the other one is older than me like, let's say like 5 to 6. And he's only 18 months older than me. So we technically like right here. So that's why we always was still close. Like it still felt like I had someone around my age that I could still, you know what I'm saying, bond with and be with and all that. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't never felt like a bad thing to have. Like we still always would be there for him, but it still felt like normal. Like this is what we go through. Like this is the normal. Like everybody else might not have it, but like we still normal. Maybe not everybody else can handle it like we can, but like it still felt like normal for us. And for me, it still felt normal for me. I just grew up like, okay, I just do this. Like ain't no biggie. Like just never felt like I was the youngest. Felt like I was older than him, but it never was a problem for me because it helped me mature more. Like it helped me get responsible more. Like probably if I was the youngest, I probably would be like this. Probably feel different, but it don't. Now I feel like I'm more mature. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go to school, feel like I'm mature. Like when I look at kids, I be like, bruh. I be looking at them like, even my brother don't even act like y'all. Like y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like be more mature than them, bruh. So that's what I always felt like though. But yeah, I do love it.
Taj, say peace, everyone.
Peace.
Peace.